What's going on, guys? Jerry with another video. Today, guys, in this video, I'm going to be going through and breaking down my Dino Shaddoll Sworn. If you guys have watched any of my live streams, I've used this deck very often here on the channel. It's been a very fun deck. I've been able to pull off some very epic and crazy boards. I think a lot of it's due to, just as you can kind of go ahead and see the cards themselves right now. I think because the deck is just such a blend of mixture of stuff, it just catches people off guard. So it's like, what are they playing? Right? Because there'll be times where you'll get some, some more of the Light Sworns, get more of the Shaddolls, sometimes more of the Dinos, or sometimes it's a mixture of all of that, which is even more insane. So I think a lot of that helps with the deck so well. Is it just that my opponent is just kind of confused or stunned as what in the world am I playing? But the deck works very well, guys. If you guys haven't had a chance to see it, I'll do some test hands and things like that. With it really showing off what the deck can do. If you guys have seen any of my live streams, you've seen definitely what the deck can do. It's very insane. We've pulled off some very epic boards. I've used it in even the tag duels that we do as well. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive in. If you guys are new here to the channel, definitely consider on getting subscribed. We've reached at 305 subs, guys, as of this channel, so not bad for a new channel that's only been out for 7 and going on 8 months that I've been doing YouTube. But definitely make sure you guys like the video so I can see that you guys are still loving the content that I'm putting out, and also to help push the video to continue to grow our community as well. And I greatly appreciate all your guys' love and support. I can't believe we've already hit over 300 subscribers already here on the channel. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and dive in here to the deck, and we'll go through the deck start by finish. I'll also copy for you guys that play Omega. I'll copy the link so you guys can upload the deck into Omega if you want to try it out for yourself and have some fun with it. So for the deck, guys, I use 3 of the Soul Eating Overraptor. Overraptor is a very good, really one of the best Dino cards really for the deck. So we run 3 of them for just obvious reasons. When he's normal summon a special summon, we can add one of our Dino monsters from our deck to our hands. We can pull like Miss if we needed, or we can pull Baby, or maybe there's time maybe we need to pull Tyranno. So he's a very versatile card. Plus he can destroy a card and allow us to bring back one of our dinos from the graveyard. So he allows you to recycle plus extend and combo. So he's just insane. The same thing with Miss. If you guys haven't read Miss is insane. I've had several even still recently in some of the live streams I've done, and even some of the ones I've kind of done off stream or off camera in a sense. I'll end up activating Miss on my opponent's turn, and they still try and go through and destroy my dinos or target my dinos. So if you guys haven't had a chance to read Miss, really please make sure you read it. So that way, even if you're, if you're not, using this deck or using a Dino deck, it's important that you know how to play against Dinos because they're a very fun deck, and it's a very cheap deck to build in a sense. It's very inexpensive, I guess is what I'm trying to say. If you guys would like to see me do like just a straight up dinosaur deck, let me know. Or if there's another deck profile that you guys would like me to do, down below, let me know down below in the comments what kind of other deck profiles that you would like to see here on the channel. I'm just going through all my decks with you guys, just 1 week at a time essentially. So if Miss is really good, he protects all of our dinos from our opponent's card effects. We can also remove him from play, up him and any other dinos in our graveyard to equal the like one of our dinos from the deck to special summon. So if we want to play, if I want to play like Infinity over here, I just need to remove Miss and then 3 other dinos to equal 4. And then bam, I can bring out Infinity from my deck. Now he's automatically got 4,000 attack points just by doing that. So he's already got 4K attack. If I've got any other dinos in the graveyard or anything like that, he's going to be 5K plus. I think the most I've got him to on stream or just playing the deck is probably 6K. I think is the highest I've got him to, which is why I use him. I know some people don't run him, but I love using him. He's a real good backup or a real good card to go for OTK. So that's why I run him in here. We've also got Rex as well, guys. Rex is a very good extender for you being able to remove him back and him being able to special summon. So you being able to recycle him from your graveyard or field or hand to the graveyard to remove from play, back to the field, back to the graveyard, back to the field again, or back to remove from play. Is a really good extender to help going into your your link monsters, your exceeds, our synchros that we have in the deck as well that we'll get to. So he's overall a really good extender, and he's really just he helps you plus. So he's very important to the deck. I'm only running 2 babies in this one, guys. I couldn't really find the room. I mean, you could add it, but I couldn't really find anything that I could take out to use 3 run 3 babies. So I'm running 2 babies in here so far. It hasn't been a problem with the deck. I've got as you can see, one in the side deck in case we need it. Maybe through a match we need to change things up, so it's still in the side deck in case we need it. But so far, me going through using the deck for the last what, probably two months, maybe getting closer to three. I haven't had any issues with it. I always have him when I need him. I use one uh, Armadon. So if you guys, depending if you're playing Omega or another Yu-Gi-Oh online game, or if you're just playing, purchasing the cards yourself, if you don't have room to for him, guys, you could always run. You could just run the third baby to replace him, or if you want to, you could run another Overtex. Run two of him to make up for it. For his effect. Especially since we're running the Lightsworn engine, we're going to mill cards, so it's very easy for us to toss him just by playing one of our Lightsworn cards or using one of our Lightsworn's effects. So just kind of keep that in mind. He allows us to add pill, so does Overtech. So both of these basically are just allow us to add pill. Armordon lets you add pill plus combo if you pop like a baby or something. If you pop like a baby, so you can get another Dino onto the field like Miss or Overraptor or Infinity or Rex. Whatever you're needing depending on the play. So just kind of keep that in mind. So if you don't have access to him, it's not the end of the world, right? We could run the third baby, or we could run a second one of him if we wanted to. So that's what I would swap out depending on personal preference. We use two conductors. I still feel like two is the right the right spot for this deck. I get him when I need him. Very easy to get him out, no problems there. I run three Raidens, guys, so we can use him. He's as you guys know, he's also a tuner. With him being a Lightsworn at the end of our turn, he mills two cards. Also, during our main phase, we can use his effect to mill two cards, and if it's a Lightsworn that's sent from the deck to the graveyard, he gains 200 attack into the end phase, making him a 1900. We don't really care so much about the attack, we care more that he's a tuner, because he's what helps speeds up the deck, so we can go into more of our extra deck that we'll get into here in a little bit. So he's really good. He's really good to get out. Lumina is basically just to rebring out our Raidens or our Wolves, just as an extender. So basically that's all she's used for. Wolf, just another extender card, right? So we can discard it with, for like solo recharge if we need to discard something. Or if we just need a card in our hand to destroy for a Tyranno's effect, we can get rid of, we can destroy Wolf. No big deal, right? Uh, I've got Minerva in here. Minerva's really good because I always end up tossing her from the deck from one of the other Lightsworn's effects, so it allows us to toss another card. Usually I end up hitting one of my Shaddoll cards, so my Shaddolls get the effects due to the Lightsworns. So really with this using the Lightsworns, right, the Lightsworns are just more of the engine to help speed up the deck, guys, and give us extra extended plays. So that's all they're doing is they're helping us turbo out these and they're helping turbo out our dinos so we can get to our dinos quicker to make the deck even faster. I've had sometimes with this deck, like I'll go through like 50% of my deck. Usually on average, I'll go through, I would say anywhere from like card wise, low 30s to like mid 20s. So I'm going through at least, that's roughly what I'm milling out at the start. There'll be some times where I don't do that right. I'll still in maybe upper 30s, something like that, go in first turn depending on what I draw. But majority of the time, depending on right, if they've got like a lot of hand traps, so we may not be able to combo as much. But at the end of the day, usually they're, like I said, very confused. So that gives us the extra little surprise advantage that we need to kind of help us combo off. So for the Shaddolls that I'm running, guys, I'm running Shaddoll Beast, right? So we pop him with, whether it's with Tyranno or we discard him with, something else that we need to use an effect for, like Lumina, for example. If we need to use Lumina effect to discard, we can use the effect to draw a card. So that really helps out. Dragon to destroy their spells and traps. Falcon to basically replay himself, essentially. Hound to basically let us change battle position of the monsters. Squatama, I think is how you pronounce his name. I'm probably mispronouncing that. If I do, I apologize. This one basically lets us go through and send one of our Shaddolls from the deck to the graveyard, so it automatically will trigger one of their effects, so it's really good. We use Hedgehog, of course, as well. Hedgehog lets us add one of our Shaddoll monsters from our deck to our hands. We can add whichever one that we need, right? Maybe we've got Tyranno that we can use as effects, so maybe we want to pop and draw a card. There's plenty of times I do that. Or maybe there's a spell and trap card they have face down or something we want to get rid of, so maybe we pull Dragon, so we can pop Dragon to get Dragon's effect. So things like that, just kind of keep that in mind. We run 3 of the Lost World guys to help protect our dinos, give them the token, the classic, just the classic stuff, destroy the token, whether it's by card effect or by battle. Then we can pop one of our babies in the deck or any dino card that we need, and then bam, we can, if it's baby, right, we can special summon one from the deck. So if we need to Overraptor, if we haven't played him, we could bring him out and get his effect. Or if we need to get Rex out of the deck or something like that, we could bring him. Or if we want to bring out Infinity because we've got enough in the graveyard, we can go for an OTK, we can bring him out like we were talking about before. I use two of the standard double evolution peel guys. I feel like that's still the right matchup for this deck, same as everyone else has been using. So um, yeah, so using that helps us go for our Tyranno from the deck, or if we wanted to go for Overtex, which I haven't seen really too many people do, but we could always do it as a possibility, right? Because he has a good negation ability that I haven't seen too many people take advantage of. Most people are just milling him for pill, but don't forget about his, his other effect as far as a quick effect of being able to destroy your, your dinos to help them go off as well too. Uh, 3 digs, guys, so we can still help pull our dinos to our hand. You know, nothing nothing too fancy. Solar recharge, right, so we can help combo and mill out some of our light sworns that we get. Very easy to play in the deck. We use 3 charges, right, so even if they ash this, guys, we still get to send the 3 cards. So make sure you keep that in mind. So even if they ash, like excuse me, not solar recharge, charge of the light brigade, you still get to send the 3 cards. You won't get to add the light sworn monster to your hand, but you're going to get to mill the 3 card, which is perfect for us, right? Because maybe we hit Rex that we needed, or maybe we hit one of the non-dinos that we needed, like one of the light sworns, like a wolf. Wolf would still special summon. So there's all things after that. So even if them negating this, which is why I love this deck so much, doesn't really, we get the extra, we miss the extra plus card, but a lot of the times you really don't need the monster card. It was just a bonus. All you really cared about was milling the 3 cards for extenders, whether you're hitting one of the wolves, hitting one of the dinos that you need, or hitting one of the Shaddolls to get their effects. That's pretty insane. The Lure of Darknesses, I was running at 3. I cut it down to 2. This would be one of the cards, like if I needed to substitute throughout the duel, I would probably substitute the Lure of Darknesses out, guys. But they're a good extra extender to help kind of increase your draw power. Usually when I'm going off, a lot of the times they'll be one of the cards that I draw from like Soul of Recharge or something like that, and I'll be able to, get rid of one of maybe the extra Overraptor that I don't need because I can go for OTK this turn, or maybe one of the Shaddolls that I really don't need at the moment that I can remove from play and draw the extra 2 cards. Shaddoll Fusion is so easy to play, guys, and it catches them off guard. They're already going through and trying to, through all of your other baits and things that you're doing with the deck, they're completely off guard. So Shaddoll Fusion is very easy to play in the deck, more so than normal, just because of the wide variety of the deck and combos that we're running with this deck. I recently put in schisms. I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier, but just going through and testing the deck, it's perfect. So just running the one schism, so that's definitely it's a new add to the deck that I've recently added. I don't know why I didn't think about putting this in there before, but it works perfectly in the deck. It really helps go for that last bit of combo of getting like basically, the standard move, getting Winda out on your opponent's turn so they can only special summon once. Ideally, right, you've got your Tyranno on the field, maybe even Dolka, something like that. So you're you're pretty good set to go with having, that on that on the field or that on the board. And then of course Harpy's Feather Duster, right? Because we want to try and get rid of their back row, even though if we do have mists and stuff like that, they may have like Mystic Mine or stuff like that. We want to make sure we have stuff like that. I go against too many decks that are like, Outledge and Mystic Mine that are back row or stuff like that, or that are stall decks or stun decks. So we want to make sure we have something in here to negate in the deck itself in the main deck. So I added an extra card for Harpy's Feather Duster to make the deck 48, guys. So that's the deck itself, guys. So let's run through the side decks. I run 2 Dolkas so we can go through. He's very easy to play. He's made with 2 level 4 dinos. Uh, Basically, we can go through and just basically negate their monster card effects. We've got 1 lag in here so we can negate one of their normal special summon or a spell a trap card. I've got an extra one in the side deck in case we need to run 2, but I just put in the Dolka for now. Remember, when they already special summon, that it's a hard summon. So if we would go through uh, to negate their summons, right, it's going to count for that. So just make sure you remember that if you have Winda out. I use Minerva in the extra deck too, guys, because she's just made for any 2 level 4s, so it doesn't matter if it's a Light Sworn, doesn't matter if it's a Shaddoll, doesn't matter if it's a Dino. She's perfect, and when she's destroyed, she sends 3 cards from the deck too, and then also we can destroy cards up to the number of Light Sworn cards sent to the graveyard, and then we can also draw cards as well. So she helps kind of replenish her hand plus destroy stuff, so that helps out a lot too. A lot of the times I combo around her using her. Construct, very good as well. Good for, kind of an extra backup player, getting rid of your monster, maybe opponent's monsters that has too much attack for us. They were using this to kind of maybe come back from maybe the negates and stuff. They've kind of stopped our previous play, so we're able to get a construct out to try and get some things going, so we can attack and run over whatever they've got that's, that's special summoned essentially, and it'll be automatically destroyed due to her effect. Winda, basically to stop their special summons. Al Capone basically, so we can pull, basically just, you know, so we can pull like schisms to our hand essentially. So that helps out a lot. We use a lot of Earth, so she makes sense. She's got, you know, she really helps out in the deck. The one really big one that I love in here is the Chaos Ruler, guys, because we can mill 5 cards from the deck, which insanely speeds it up a lot, and we can add one of our light or darks. So we have several light or darks, so we can pull any of our Shaddolls, we can pull any of our Light Sworns, and we can even pull some of our Dinos, right, like Tyranno or Overraptor. So basically it gives us access to most of our entire deck. So I run 2 of them, which helps speeds up the deck very insanely. Uh, you could cut it down maybe to 1, but I like running it at 2 just in case maybe they negate his effect and we can't get his effect to pop. Uh, and he really helps go for the extra, you know, OTKs as well too, and helps definitely for comeback moves if you're needing to get the deck to speed up to try and catch up from, you know, all the negates that you ran into from the previous turn or whatever. Michael's really good because we can banish, pay 1,000 life points and banish any card on the field, guys. He's very easy to play. He's a level 7 synchro. So very easy for us to play with us having the Raiden tuners in here and the Luminas. So it's very easy for us to get out, and we also have Minerva that's a level 3 tuner too. So it's perfect, and he's non-specific, so we can use any of our Shaddolls, Dinos, or Lightsworns to make him. I use Anaconda just as backup, just in case we could get him out. Sometimes I overextend like crazy with the deck where we can. We have extra cards we could go into that and then use, like Shaddol Fusion if we needed to or wanted to. Not saying we have to, but we could. You know, plays where we could go extra for that. Then just Phoenix, right? So we can put, yet again, we want to make sure we have stuff to get rid of back row. But that's the deck essentially, guys. I've got some stuff down in the side deck that I think that would be good for, you know, swapping out cards or anything like that. That would be good backup or anything maybe you want to replace from the, you know, the main deck or anything like that. Let me know what you guys think about this deck profile down below in the comments, guys. I've been using this deck for a while and it's very, very fun. I appreciate all you guys' love and support, and like I said, let me know what other deck profiles you'd like to see on the channel. If you're not yet liked the video, please make sure you guys like the video. I'd greatly appreciate that. If you're not yet subscribed, definitely consider getting subscribed, guys. We're on the road to 500 subs. We're getting closer and closer each day. Well, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.